So today I decided that I was going to be doing a vlog after. So I've been listening to Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. And one of the things that he recommended was chronicalizing the grind. He said that he wished that he video recorded himself when he was working those ridiculous hours, when he was going through all of this, the stresses of everyday entrepreneurship, essentially. And one of the reasons why I want to do this is he mentioned that, man, I really wish I would have done that because then I wouldn't be. It's more beautified, if that makes sense. He talked about some, a lot of famous people who, seem to be an overnight success, but in reality, we don't see what happens behind the scenes. So I decided to do the same thing, long story short. And what I did is I got fired and November 19th from AT&T for violating policy. I might get more into that down the road if I decide to do more of these vlogs. I'll also try to get better lighting and maybe a background so that all my shadows aren't captured. And I decided not to do sound equipment this time, which again, not really thinking things through today. So basically, after doing so, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity to start my own business because I am tired of working for someone else and being dependent on another company. I am a very independent person. I was raised to be independent. And I didn't have that as a company. They defined me. I found my identity in the position that I had, the money I was making. I was a store manager for AT&T. I was making very good money. I was the second highest paid store manager in the Midwest. I was ranked number one. I was the number one ranked store manager. Now, I worked at multiple stores, so my store at the time wasn't ranked number one, but I was the number one ranked store manager. And I felt a lot of pride in that. Almost arrogant, if anything. I wouldn't say I was boasting and telling everyone how awesome I was, but I found my identity in that. And then when that was taken away from me, I was like, well, now what? Now, it wasn't as extravagant as that. I did a lot of, really finding myself even before that. That's how I got there. I was really big into, knowing thyself, as Socrates puts it. Oh, my cat's trying to lay on something. Get out of here. Come on. And that's what I've just been striving to do. So I studied personality types. I'm an ENTP. 7 with 8 is my Enneagram. My strength, I did Strength Finders 2.0. I think my number one was competitive. The next one was analytical. I was a developer as well. And I think there was a couple more I can't really remember. At the top of my head, what was it? Analytical, developer, competitive. I think another one was adaptable. Yeah, adaptable. And there might have been one more. I think it's 5, right? So I've been on a journey since then. That's kind of what's really helped me set myself up for success. And I hate to sound like Ty Lopez, but really reading and learning really helped me become who I am today. If I didn't do these things, I wouldn't have become a store manager. Now, I was already driven in the first place. I wanted to make a ton of money. I just, at the time, what I was doing wasn't conventional wisdom. So now I'm at this point where it's like, I want to start making money in my sleep. Why am I grinding every single day? And yeah, I was making salary, and I was also making a commission as well, but my cat is just going nuts. He cannot be alone. Might as well bring him on the video camera. This is Tier. And I don't know who's going to be watching this. Maybe it'll be my grandkids, and who knows. But if I have kids, I'm currently married at least, so maybe I'll put this on YouTube, and maybe I'll be famous, or maybe I won't get anywhere. I don't anticipate being famous. I don't want to be famous. Do I want to be successful? Of course, there's not a person out there who doesn't want to be successful. If this business just gets me 20 grand a year, then I know that down the road, if I lose my job again, I'm going to have a backup plan. I'll have an avenue where all I have to do is invest more time into my business. And that's really what I want to do. I think a lot of people who own their own side business, their side hustle, they all want that backup plan. And it's not just for security, but it's also because I don't want to be dependent on someone else. And I want to be successful at my own thing. Because working for someone else, it's like you don't care as much. The customers that I had, yeah, I wanted to be successful, but all I cared about was being successful for myself. The business, I didn't have my identity in the business, and I'm not saying anyone should do that. Your identity shouldn't be your company, because I believe that can lead to a lot of terrible things. Because what if the company fails? Then you fail. You take it upon yourself, and I don't believe that anyone should do that now. But when it is your own company, your image, the image of the company, your brand, what you're bringing to the table, customer service, it's a next level. Like, you really care about seeing it grow. And like Gary Vee says, of course, none of his employees are ever going to care as much as he does, and he didn't expect them to. But it's a different world, and it's also more of an insecure world when you're a business owner. You care more of what people think of your company. Because it's your baby. You spend hours, days, months, years building this baby, and it's like your kid, and you don't want anyone to speak badly of your child, right? No one wants that. So that's kind of what it's become for me. And I've never had a child. I've had cats, and quite frankly, I don't care if people like my cats. Because, a lot of people don't like cats in the first place. I'm a cat person. That's okay. But when it comes to like my child, like, I've never had one. So for this, that's kind of, I know it's a weird correlation, but anyway, so without getting too distracted, I've been learning a lot. I've had 6 sales so far. I've been selling these little handheld game consoles. And honestly, until I got that first sale, because I officially really went for it in January, I did research, wasted a lot of time on Alibaba. Holy crap. I didn't know about dropshipping, which is what I've been using until very recently, and I felt like an idiot because my wife was like, I don't want you to have all this inventory and spend all this inventory, and then our guest bedroom, our office is just filled with it. We don't, no one wants that. You want to use your guest bedroom for other things. So basically, once I found that out, it was a huge relief. Once I found out dropshipping, but it was also like a whole new world opened up. And I felt stuck at one point because, this is so easy. And then I was like, wait, how do you market this? And then I started marketing, and I'm like, this isn't automatic. Like, and I should be foolish to think otherwise, honestly, that no one's going to want your product. You have to give them a reason to want it. Right? There has to be a need, there has to be a desire, there has to be an impulse, right? There has to be something that product can fix or make it more satisfying in your life, right? So for me, being in sales, marketing was just a whole nother story, because sales, you're selling a product that a customer's already interested in. Marketing, you have to make them interested. You have to give them a different avenue. So that's been really exciting for me, learning that. I've been developing skills that, I never even imagined that, that I didn't imagine it would be so, mind-opening, so to speak. Marketing is just a different beast in itself. And eventually I did get stuck a couple times, multiple times. Then I joined Facebook groups. That's been a huge help. Dropshipping, e-commerce ones specifically, entrepreneur ones. That really helped me kind of relate to people. I didn't really message too much. I've never really been into messaging and asking for help. But for me, it helps to relate to what people are feeling and thinking. And so many people fail, I think, because they don't have help. And everyone needs help for a different reason, whether it be they need someone to help them directly, one-on-one. Maybe they just need to read real quick. Or maybe they just need someone to, be a mentor to them. Just someone that you can relate to. It doesn't have to be, you don't need to do direct mentorship, but just something an avenue where you can relate to other people and their struggles, because everyone's gone through it. Nothing is easy when you're trying to be an entrepreneur. Anyone who tells you being an entrepreneur is easy, they're just trying to sell you something. Yeah, some of them say that being, and then the ones that tell you entrepreneurship is hard is also trying to sell you something because you've already tried it. It really depends where you're at. So again, I've learned a lot of the ups and downs, and that's what this video blog is really going to be about, is kind of going through that process of me learning, talking about what I'm going through, and we'll see where it goes. I might do this daily, I might do this weekly. This might be the only video I do. I don't personally like doing this stuff. I'm realizing that seeing myself on the camera does help me. It feels like I'm at least talking to something, whereas just looking into a lens. So that's been helping. So I'm trying to also practice my video recording skills as well. So again, whoever's watching, we'll see where this goes. This path that I've been going down for entrepreneurship, and I hope I'm successful. We'll see where I'm at in a year, 2, 3, 5, 10 years.